Hello guys, welcome to the show. I know that there's been some speculation, obviously, in the newspapers about Conor Gallagher, and I know that I've made a few videos about him over the last few months, but it's just one of those things that keeps going, and I'm going to be mentioning some other things as well that's in the news at the moment, including Eze and Olise. First of all, talking about Conor Gallagher, he has said that he still feels part of the Chelsea squad, which I think is a good thing, because he is a Chelsea player, and I think that he's going to have an affinity with the club. I mean, it's his boyhood club. His family has supported him for years, and I think it's going to be one of those situations where, especially with the situation currently at Chelsea, obviously that is very dire for them at the moment, and they're going through a lot of trouble with that at the second. But so I think long term they're going to be looking at keeping hold of their players, especially their talented youth players like Gallagher, because I mean, let's face it, if they have this transfer restriction at the moment, so they're not going to be able to buy. If this carries on into the end of the season, they're not going to be able to buy anybody. I'm not sure how it works out for loan players, but I'm sure that's going to be stopped as well. So it could be that Palace simply can't get him. Even if Chelsea decided they wanted to sell him, they're not going to be able to sell him, and we're not going to be able to buy him, or anyone for that matter. And if it also extends to loans as well, then he's going to have to go back to Chelsea. So I think that's the way it is, and I don't think that we're going to be seeing Conor Gallagher at Crystal Palace after the end of the season, which is a shame because he's been an incredible player for us, really, really has. But I think the writing's on the wall in terms of, if things continue the way they are at Chelsea, they're going to want to keep all their players with them, because they're going to be needing, if you're not going to be able to bring players in, if they've got two players out of contract that they can't re-sign, they could possibly leave, and then they'd have gaps that they need to fill. So I'm perfectly accepting the fact that Conor Gallagher, I think, will go at the end of the season, and even if he decides that he wants to stay with us, I don't think it's going to be an option for him, which is a shame. But there you go. And talk about Eze, who hasn't played much recently. As of recording this, we have a game against Manchester City tonight, but we have to wait and see how that pans out. I'm not sure. I think he is just being eased back into playing. I don't think that it's anything untoward going on. I think that it's just the fact that he is still recovering from what was a very serious injury, and he's just being eased back in. We don't know behind the scenes whether he's having any effect, any kind of ill effects as a result of the games he's playing. So, I think he will be on the pitch sooner rather than later. And if Conor Gallagher does go at the end of the season, I think he's going to be one of those players that's going to be an ever present for us. So we've got someone who can come in if that happens, which is going to be good for us as well. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was Olise, who has been sparking some speculation of his own. He's been playing incredibly well for us. Absolutely fantastic displays by him every single time he plays. He seems to get better. And there is rumours that, firstly, rumours from Gareth Southgate, who is apparently trying to get him to play for England. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. I think he's going to be quite happy playing for his country rather than England, and I think he's probably got more chance of winning something with them anyway. And secondly, he has also sparked speculation from Arsenal, who apparently is considering, or has been told to consider, buying him in the closed season, which is another interesting situation. I'm not sure whether that will go ahead. Obviously, he's still under contract, but you know how these things are. If a big bid comes in for him, it could be a case of we cash in on him while we can. It would be a shame because he is one of the stars of our team at the moment, and he really does make things work for us. Fantastic play that he's had. He's been linking up well with Zaha, who I think has just been improving lately. I mean, I've said my bad things about Zaha, but I think the last few games he's been improving, and certainly getting the goal of the season, goal of the month the other day was a feather in his cap. I think he has, under Vieira, I think he's been improving a huge amount, and so there. I think that's the current news at the moment in terms of the transfers or possible transfers, and of course Conor Gallagher as well. Well, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Leave a comment down below, or wherever you can, on my Twitter feed or my Instagram feed, and see see what you say. I'd love to hear what you think about it, whether you think that Conor Gallagher will stay. I don't think he will, but let me know what you think, whether he should stay. And what do you think about Eze? Do you think he should be playing more football by now, or do you think that it's right that he's being eased into the squad the way that he is? Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you enjoy the game tonight against Manchester City. Oh, and very quickly, I predict that there is probably going to be, if he's fit, I reckon we'll going to see MacArthur on the pitch starting this game, because we need some steel in the middle against Manchester City, and I think he's going to play. I think Olise will play. I think it'll probably be MacArthur, Kouyaté and Hughes in the middle. Maybe Gallagher in for Hughes perhaps, but I think it's going to be quite a solid midfield and resilient defence for a game against Man City. But let me know what you think, and let me know what your formations are going to be. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think it'll probably end up 1-1. Let me know your score predictions as well. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.